Hello, everybody. Welcome to Strange History, Jose. Do you know Jose? I'm trying this with the microphone totally away from me. I'm even gonna move over. Yes, hypocrisy police. Jackson 5, actually. Anyway, and the Jacksons support the president. Anyway, so I hope everybody's doing well. What I am here for on this fine evening is a couple of strange history readings. I have different baseball cards. There's Nolan, Ryan, Roger, Clemens. We got Ryan, we got Clemens, we got Ricky Henderson, and then we got Patrick Watt. We'll say it, I said it says no. And Clint Malarchuk, who was in the NHL. If you're not aware of hockey, Clint Malarchuk took one for the team. Let's say that, like hardcore. I did pre-plan the ones I'm gonna do. Last time I kept pulling up the same ones that I've done before, and remember, this series before on an old channel called Media Odyssey. It was a lot of people liked it. It was well liked, and sorry. It was a well-liked thing, and people love to hear these stories that I brought, which I was not. It was a surprise, those stories, because that's not really what we do on Citizen Pre-Press. Citizen Free Press, weekly at 7 o'clock. Me and Chris, we bring our own stories, and we discuss. But I always have stories. Good thing. I like to do readings, so I simultaneously will be doing different readings. So let's start with the Nolan Ryan page. How can you? This is a great one. Okay. How? FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover was right. Oh, this is a Yankees Ricky Henderson card. Whatever page that was, we just okay, because this is the card that pulled out from this page. Nolan Ryan. One is also a Donruss 1990 Roger Clemens. Anyway, here are excerpts from different interviews he gave from 1947 to 1950. Oh, I can't change. I'm gonna change the name of this to like. I really gotta get prepared for this. This is interesting, right? I've read this before, but when I did my old call, what goes on here? Now remember, this is J. Edgar Hoover, former president, also FBI director. It is how can you tell a communist? It is communist may hide in the most unexpected and unlikely place. Now we're seeing that everywhere we go these days. Now I'm losing Patrick Waugh. Well, I got one of them. And Roger Clemens. Vlad B. Impaling. Yep. Okay. So we see them in pretty unlikely. And now they seem to, all those unlikely places are now likely, right? So like school. Trained to deceit and uses cleverly camouflaged movements to conceal his real purposes. We call that cultural Marxism. That's, the dancing around, never giving a straight answer, to swivel or sneak or snivel your way. And I know a lot of those, and hopefully they're going to talk about them here. And if not, I'll tell you some. He will always espouse the cause of Soviet Russia over that of the United States. Okay, this is a little old. This is old, from 47 through 50, so some of these won't be up to date. But this is true. Still, to this day, they carry around the Soviet flag, communist flag. So that is actually true. And position, remember this, will shift with each change in the party line. He will utilize the language of double talk. Now, that's very important. You guys who don't like this crap and you're against it like I am, the double talk. It's double countries as democracies, and complain that the United States is imperialistic. He will attempt to infiltrate and gain control of schools, the government. My advice to the public is be alert to the dangers of communism. FBI. Now we're at a point where the FBI are the communists. So, Rumble video on this specific part of Strange History. Us how to tell who someone is without asking. You don't need to ask them, hey, what are you, a commie? You just need to talk to them a certain way and you'll find out very easily. I'm not going to discuss that on YouTube. Question: don't you draw a distinction between philosophical communists and those who are tools? Any person who and back then he meant that, like, democracy didn't mean our whenever, like, if you hear Nancy say they're trying to take away our democracy, whatever they say. Whenever they say democracy, they're talking about my power over you. But this is not what this means. And for the benefit of Soviet Russia, Stalin is his omnipotent oracle. Okay, I'm reading this weirdly because they're saying his as the communist. Stalin is the communist omnipotent oracle from whom all the Communist Party. He was. All right, I'm not going to get into it. The Communist Party, Trojan horse of disloyalty, still is coiled like a serpent in the very heart of America. The serpent is now unraveling itself and rattling its tail. It may mouth sweet words of peace, democracy, equality. Recognize those? And flourish gay slogans of international solidarity, brotherhood of, now this is different, brotherhood of men, but its body and feet are like John there. Question: are communists trained to lie? The concept of morality and fair play, as practiced in our democracy, is alien and repugnant to the communists. Moreover, communists employ a purposeful double talk, roundabout style known as language, Aesop's fables, blah blah blah. This, I'm sure anyone who understands what I'm talking about recognizes these things. The technique utilized by Lenin is the very epitome of deceit. I agree. Question on this one: what would you say to the charge that we are engaging in thought control? This is 47 through 50. Today's 2023. With our constant watching. Now, what they're saying is, aren't you trying to control the thoughts of these people, right? The FBI. That's exactly what I was hoping he'd say. Wait. With what they do, their actions, just as in any other field of its investigative activity. Whatever. There's no scintilla of evidence to substantiate the charge that the FBI is engaged in thought control activities. Well, that was then and this is now. Sorry, Mr. Hoover, President Hoover. Rest in peace. In your the Patrick Waugh, 1990 season leaders Patrick Waugh, Mike Lute, from the Caps. Of course, you know I'm a hockey guy, so this is a score. Let me put Ricky Henderson back because these two. A guy named Rosier, the first person ever to ascend in a balloon in 1783, tried to combine the two early methods of ballooning: hot air, which used ordinary flame, and hydrogen gas, which is lighter than air but is highly explosive when exposed to fire. It was not discovered until 1868, so you can't be like, hey, why didn't they use the open flame? The other filled with explosive hydrogen gas with the open flame, and Rosier's ballooning career ended with a bang as he plunged more than 3 feet. Mr. Rosier, the first person to ascend the balloon, also on a special little schmagegi on the bottom there. Looney law in the 1950s. Went back in the 50s. If you're landing in French vineyards, you better watch out because there's no statute of limitations on that. We got another What Goes Up. This is our Yankees Ricky Henderson. The widow of Jean-Pierre Blanchard, the first person to cross the English Channel by balloon. So that was not Rosier, who died doing that. We just discussed. But Jean-Pierre did suffer a fatal heart attack after he fell out of his balloon. I don't know when that happened. He obviously crossed the point and then used the balloon again, blah, blah, blah. But Mademoiselle Blanchard pressed on so that she could shoot off fireworks in mid-flight. Sounds like cool fun, lots of fun back in the day. Problem. She suffered. She preferred balloons filled with hydrogen gas, especially in like the 1800s, which happens to be explosive. No shit. The end came on a night fly over Paris on July 7th, 1819, where she was causing a problem over what kind of invisible stuff was inside of the balloons. Right? So the fireworks show got a little bigger than Blanchard had bargained for. One of her rockets ignited the hydrogen. Shocker. And her balloon exploded. She then slid off the roof to the street, breaking her neck. History's first female aeronaut had died in an ancient shredding, it says. A carving from AD 800 depicts the Norse hero Gunther with his toes. That's pretty cool. Do you know what a lute is? It's an instrument. I've never actually held one myself. But a little ad that I'm commercials. This is my after shower stream, and there's a product I use in the shower. You should check. Hey guys, we still came from the shower. Just wanted to say this black wolf stuff is the best stuff I've ever used. It is. It's made out of charcoal. Well, it's not made out of charcoal. It's infused with charcoal. Black. It's not a paid promotion. I'm in the shower. For some stuff I didn't buy 4 days before Christmas, taking a lot of money I needed for my kids. I forgive them. Let's make sure we know what Democrats are voting for. That's open borders, human trafficking, and not just kids, adults.
Este negocio de las escorts tiene dueño y se tiene que reportar cada semana. Se va a controlar con un brazalete que se llevará con nuestra parte cada. Tírate al piso. Las tenemos ubicadas a la verga. Nia, Norma, Nancy Muñiz, Angel, Maru, Lai, a todas las putas agencias y anunciadas en internet, Twitter y las putas de cantinas, Carter, Jalisco, Nueva Generación.
You still gonna vote for Democrats, people? You still gonna vote for Democrats? Let's do one more story to cleanse ourselves. Let me cleanse with a little sip of coffee and then a sip of Prime. Damn traffickers. Diluvialism, which is a good concept actually, and 5 freaky facts about dentistry. Maybe I'll do both. Let's read about diluvialism. Diluvium, found in the valleys and floors of many parts of Europe, can be attributed to this. I mean, it may, people thought this, but obviously we know what causes these things now. It's natural. Diluvialism was displaced by the theory of uniformitarianism, forces such as erosion, volcanic activity, rather than supernatural forces like biblical floods. May have discarded diluvialism, but some religious groups, nuclear-powered vacuum cleaners will probably be a reality within 10 years. That was Alex Lute, a company executive, 1955 commercial. But I'm going to end well. A dentist invented the electric chair. In medieval Japan, dentists found some of his subjects. These aren't the freaks. It was performed in the year 1000 BC, and it was most likely symbols of love. Okay, that's what this is on the next episode of Sharks in that page right there, and we're gonna check that one out tomorrow. Could be last night. Who knows? But I really do appreciate. Please leave a like, subscribe if you can. I never say that, and even probably your house.
Stay right there before we move. Hey. Back up.
And agree with. Do you agree with that? Let me know how you feel about that. Are you gonna bring the house? Because they sure as